Spin the wheel and place your bet. Some bloody luck you're bound to get. Gold and greed go hand in hand. Now the leprechaun's in Vegas, man.
Wow. It's like he's with us in the room.
Did you like
Warwick?
that? Is
Warwick?
that you? Did I do a good job?
You did fantastic.
Oh my God, I worked really hard on that.
Yeah, I feel like you must be Irish.
You know what? 15%.
Oh, did you do a 23andMe?
No, but someone told me in my family.
Someone told you? Or just like somebody?
I'm just trusting.
Yeah.
I'm just trusting.
Your 7-Eleven guy told you.
But anyways, hey, spooky friends. Thank you for tuning into yet another episode of Spooky Chicks and Horror Flicks. We are your horror besties, here to dissect our favorite and not so favorite horror movies, breaking down all the screams, scares, and everything sinister scene by scene. I'm Emma, and joining me as always is the iconic and the leprechaunic Allison.
Leprechaunic.
That's not a word, I don't think, but I kind of like it.
I like it.
But how have you been, my gal?
Oh my gosh, I feel like it's been 12 years and no time at all.
I truly.
I've been so good. I just went to Palm Springs. It was a great time, but spring has sprung.
Let there be light.
Let there be lots of 4-leaf clovers.
Oh, I can't
It is
wait.
green as fuck.
It really is. We should, go clover hunting this weekend on our walk.
Absolutely.
On our hot girl walk.
We're going to go on a hot girl leprechaun walk.
Oh my God, I'm so excited.
Hunting for hot leprechauns and clovers.
I will wear my leprechaun shirt.
Fantastic. Oh, I'm going to order one right now. What about
Beautiful. I have been good. Just was in Florida. Didn't see any leprechauns, unfortunately, but that was really fun. I am home now, and I'm really excited to dive back actually into watching some new horror films that I missed. I'm really excited to see Undertone this weekend.
Oh, yes.
I am going to see it in Dolby because it deserves that.
You must.
And I need to see The Bride. Do you want to go see that?
Oh, let's do it.
Let's do that. We should add that to our weekend.
Oh my God. We're just creating a fantastic girlfriend weekend.
I'm actually really excited about this.
Screw the podcast. This is now a planning form.
Okay, so enough about us. Why don't you tell us what we are reviewing today?
Oh my God. We here at Spooky Chicks love and respect the franchise Leprechaun 3.
Oh God. I've been arguably waiting a whole year for this. I am so excited. This is my favorite one in the franchise. And fun fact, Warwick Davis's favorite one.
That is true. That is true. I can't say it's my favorite, but I am so excited to talk to you about it today. I hadn't seen it before we watched it for the podcast.
That is a damn shame.
I know.
Because I have vivid memories. I was telling the producer that when I was watching this, I had truly some visceral reactions because I had deep core memories come up from when I was watching this as a child.
Really?
And some parts deeply scared me. We're going to get into it, but there's a part at the very beginning where someone gets their toe bitten off and part of their ear. And I was always so scared as a child that Leprechaun was walking around my bed because, you know, he's about bed height and that he was going to eat my toes.
That's actually a really valid fear.
Yeah, thank you.
Imagine something standing at the foot of your bed trying to nibble your toes off.
Yeah, I'm going to have nightmares tonight. Producer, be ready.
Just prepare your toes, you know?
This was also one that I really enjoyed a lot with my dad. We would go to the horror aisle at Blockbuster and he would let me pick out my movies. And for some reason, I was like, the little leprechaun man looks fun.
I love that.
And then my love was born for the leprechaun.
The world opened up.
It did.
You made me watch this for the first time ever when we did the first Leprechaun a couple of years ago.
Oh, yeah, guys. If you are listening for the first time and diving into this episode and you haven't listened to our other two, we already did Leprechaun 1 and 2. So you can really make a fun little trio right now.
Yeah. Go back and listen to those first.
Yeah.
But if you haven't seen Leprechaun 3, this is your chance to go watch it and come back to us. But if you don't give a fuck about spoilers, then come on this 4-leaf ride with us.
Yes, I love it. I happily will.
And I'm kind of coming on this 4-leaf ride too. You've seen this way more than I have, so.
I have a lot to say, everyone, so buckle up.
I'm coming to the Leprechaun 3 Church of Emma.
Ooh, okay. Well, let's get that patented and what trademarked immediately.
She's coming to cook, everyone. Cheers, bitch.
Cheers. This film is about an evil leprechaun who finds himself in Las Vegas, where he proceeds to cause mischief by killing people, granting twisted wishes, and infecting a young man with his green blood. I mean, what more could you want?
I want all of Leprechaun. If you give an Allie a leprechaun, you know that book, If You Give a Mouse a Cookie?
If you give Emma and Allie a leprechaun, they're going to have a good goddamn time. This film, Leprechaun 3, was released direct to video on June 27th, 1995. And guess who was there in Blockbuster in 1990? No, I was still very,
You were
very
like
young,
4?
actually.
Yeah.
But this film went on to become the highest selling independent direct to video film of 1995, which I say, fuck yeah, Leprechaun franchise.
I want to know what other direct to video.
We need to look at the whole scope here.
Yeah, I'd like more evidence here.
To no one's surprise, I think, when talking about ratings for this film, it got a 5.1 out of 10 on IMDb, which I am more than happy with.
I think
that's good
generous.
In my eyes. It is generous. I was really happy to see it over a 5. Just barely over. A wee bit. Oh my God. But still great nonetheless.
Tomato meter is exactly what you think it should be. I think this is, and I say this with the most love, so accurate at 17%.
Oh God.
And I say it with love. Popcorn meter, 35%, a little more love there.
Okay.
And you know what's interesting is Letterboxd is a 2.6 out of 5.
Oh.
So basically agreeing with like IMDb.
Yeah, makes sense. Ooh, I have not looked at the Letterboxd reviews for this. I feel like I need to do that later and just like have a glass of wine next to me because it would probably be a really good time.
You know, I didn't know they had like scores like that. So now I'm going to be, I think we should just implement them moving forward.
Perfect.
Let's do
Perfect.
It. Since we have one, man.
Since we have one. Another fun fact about this film too is that this film was only shot over 14 days. And believe it or not, the only parts of it that were actually filmed in Vegas was, I think it was just one day where it was filmed in Vegas with Leprechaun gallivanting around and
around the street.
Walking through the strip, essentially. So funny. One thing that I love is that Warwick Davis, he declares this as his favorite Leprechaun, mostly because of the comedic elements. And it just was like his favorite of the entire franchise, which is fun to me because every single one has something to offer, especially like in the humor category. They're all really campy. They're all ridiculous. And so for him to find this one his favorite, because it's my favorite, just made me feel really special.
No, that's nice that it is his favorite. And I love that for him. As I mentioned, not my favorite, but I do think this one so far is the most self-aware and makes fun of it. It like knows it's making fun of itself. So I think that's what he's kind of alluding to is like, we had fun because we know this is like a shit storm.
It's also really fun in my own heart to enjoy this so much as an adult, knowing that it did scare me quite a lot as a kid. And also a lot of the jokes I get now as an adult. Similar with, a lot of other movies that we watch when we're young and then we watch again when we're adults. I've had that moment with this film quite a bit where every time I watch it, I almost catch on to something new that I never would have caught on to back when I was a kid watching this with my dad.
Honestly, it'd be fun. I wish I had watched it as a kid and knew how I felt about it at that age because all I get is that amazing perspective of a 30-something-year-old.
Yeah. Well, on that note, let's freaking get into it because I have a lot of thoughts. I have a lot of things to say, and I'm just really excited to relive this with you right now.
Let's get into it.
Let us get into it. But anyways, this film opens in Las Vegas, you guys, on the Las Vegas Strip. And we are introed immediately to a little pawn shop. And there is a very scary guy. Not scary. That sounds mean. He's a little erratic.
Okay. I want to know if homie was in Leprechaun 2.5 and we didn't know because he has seen some shit.
He has seen some shit. Whoever this man is.
He looks like he's been through it.
He's been through some shit. And he walks in and he has a statue of Leprechaun. And he's asking the pawn shop owner to sell it for gas money.
But it looks like a gnome.
It does. It does. It also has this medallion around its neck that's not baked into the stone. It's just freely hanging around his neck with this really big red jewel in the middle. So we already get off the bat that that's probably going to be pretty significant. And he also warns the pawn shop owner not to touch the medallion. So again, we're set up right immediately this thing's got some stuff going on.
They give it to you very straight.
Yeah. After the guy leaves, he's got his $10 or whatever that he sold it for.
I mean, it's like a gnome with a shiny, pretty necklace.
He's got a cute pose though.
Yeah,
he's got his hand on his hip. It's cute.
The pawn shop guy Gupta.
Is that his name, Gupta?
I remember him because he gets his shit fucked up too.
Yeah, he does.
But Gupta's best I can do is $20, man. And this pirate looking man is like, sure.
Oh, yeah, he does have a patch on his eye. We forgot to mention that.
And I feel like the statue is clearly worth more, plus like the shiny necklace. But he's like, $20 sure, and bounces the fuck out. Like,
yeah. He's like, this is yours now. Goodbye.
But if like this scary homeless pirate man says, don't touch the necklace, if you take one thing away, remember that.
This feels very similar to the guy, what do we call them? The harbingers, where they warn you of shit that's going to happen to you, but because they seem a little fucking crazy and because they went through some shit, you don't end up listening to them and then you get fucked up.
I almost feel it's also like a series of like how it passes along, like It Follows.
Oh,
He's like passing it along to...
He said, here's your statue.
Yep.
You take care of him now.
Well, it's like how in the
spooky.
first one, it's like, okay, well, I guess it's kind of, here we get into the rinse and repeat of this entire franchise.
I have a question for you about this a little later too. So perfect. While Mr. Gupta is inspecting it after Mr. Pirate Man leaves, he of course takes the fucking medallion off immediately. And Leprechaun immediately starts coming to life without the owner realizing. So it's like kind of happening behind his back.
I got so mad at this. And then I'm like, how would you not notice something moving that's supposed to be a statue? And then, you know what, Emma? We need to sometimes take a step back and remember that characters in these movies don't know they're in a Leprechaun horror film.
That's so true.
They do not know. Why would they think that's weird? Why would they think to turn around? They don't know there's a leprechaun.
He otherwise feels safe in his pawn shop. So there's no reason. Shop. That's so true.
We're on his
true.
turf. Mm-hmm.
Damn it.
But now we're on Leprechaun's turf.
That is true. In the statue's place, the owner finds a pot of gold and the leprechaun is no longer there. He also has put the medallion around his neck. So he's kind of stoked. He found this pot of gold and he's like, whoa, I don't even care what happened to this little statue man. I've got this medallion. I've got this gold. Like, I'm ready to fucking go.
He really has it. He's like bling ring.
No, it's crazy.
He's good to go.
He's stoked. And then what happens? We're immediately thrust into our first leprechaun attack of the film. And he goes after the owner while berating him for touching his gold and bites off part of his ear and then eventually his big toe. Like I mentioned earlier, I have the biggest childhood memory of this just scaring the absolute shit out of me as a kid. And I think even tonight, I'm going to stick my little toe beans inside the blanket and they're not going to be hanging out.
I think there's something so inherently scary about your feet being touched in your bed. Like, oh, that freaks me out too. I want to go back now and like watch it through a child's eyes scary lens because that's so funny to me. There's this nothing but pure comedy.
And I even think as a kid, like there were still parts of it that I thought were funny, but it was like there were parts that really terrified me. And I have another one too that was very memory inducing.
You know, forgive me for not remembering because we know I love the Leprechaun franchise. Is biting habitual for him?
Yeah, I think it is.
In the first two films?
I think I can't remember if he did bite anyone specifically, but I know that he's a scrappy motherfucker.
We know he's a little freak in the shakes.
Whoa. Okay. Is there a leprechaun in the room?
I know, right?
I think there is. I think we're all turning.
We know he has the powers to do that in this movie.
Before the leprechaun is able to like fully kill the owner though, he brings the medallion out from his shirt to try and get the leprechaun away from him. And leprechaun is clearly affected by it and is telling the owner, get it away from me, get away from me. And the owner realizes in that moment, oh, I'm safe if I have this like medallion thing. They pause their little attack. Leprechaun leaves the front part of the store and goes to the back storage area and takes his gold, but not before accidentally dropping one piece, which always fucking happens to this guy.
I love how he just like changes his rules about what affects him and whatnot. Like, are there rules here to either?
My question for you was going to be that it seems Leprechaun's lore has changed almost every single film
again.
so far. So now we have a fucking medallion.
Yeah.
Like the one thing I guess that's been consistent is this coin situation, him losing his fucking coins. But like, do you like the variety? Does it almost add to the campiness of it? Because I kind of love it.
I think this is so on brand for the franchise. Keep us guessing, Queen. Leave us with only questions.
It's so freaking funny. It just like, it makes me laugh. I also love that we're immediately revealed. Like he's immediately revealed.
Oh my God, there was no foreplay. It was just like, here's the leprechaun.
Here's this little fucking ugly bastard. And
excuse me.
No, I love him.
Okay.
I mean that in the most endearing way.
All right. Fun little real quick story here.
Oh, tell me.
When you and I we went to Midsummer and we got to sit in a panel with Henry Zabrowski and David Dastmalchian. And a question was brought up to the audience. And what was that question, Emma?
effectively Leprechaun versus, it might have been Chucky or something. And it was.
And why?
Yeah, and you have to say why. And I remember I raised my hand so fucking high. And
fast.
David Dastmalchian and Henry Zabrowski are like, okay, you, why? And I'm all, fucking Leprechaun all day, every day, because he's the fucking best and he's resourceful.
And then I took the microphone.
I forgot about this.
And then I was like, we're not done here. And I say, and he's fuckable. And everybody in that panel whips their heads. They're like, what the fuck is wrong with this girl?
I think it's hilarious that we made David Dastmalchian and Henry Zabrowski bust out into laughter, too, from that answer of yours.
Oh, my God. And then the next day, I ran into David in line at the Horror Vibes coffee cart. And then I said hello. And then we were partying. And he says, say hi to Warwick for me. He said that. Say hi to Warwick for me.
Shut the fuck up.
The next day, he remembered that I want to fuck the Leprechaun.
You know what? Taste is relative, right?
Yeah.
It's subjective. Who knows?
Beauty is in the eye of the fucking beholder.
Sorry, guys. Getting back into the film, though. After this whole little scuffle in the pawn shop, we then change scenes and we are, immediately meeting the main character, Scott McCoy, who is played by John Gattens. And he is driving through Vegas. He's looking around, taking in all the sights, and he comes upon a girl played by Lee Armstrong named Tammy, whose car has broken down and she's trying to hitch a ride so that she can get to work.
Yeah, he's coming into town all like bright and bushy. He's a kid who's going to go to college, first time in Vegas. And he meets this hot babe.
Very hot.
Babe.
Hot Tammy.
Hot Tammy. Also, the girl who played Tammy, Lee Armstrong, she quit acting after this.
I noticed that. Yeah. So
what happened?
Iconic, kind of?
Yeah, go out with a bang.
Go out with a freaking
right,
bang.
You're right. Mm-hmm.
And she offers Scott $10 if he can drive her to work. She's like, hey, I work at this casino. I need to get a ride, what have you.
God, Uber before Uber.
I was talking to my Uber driver from the airport yesterday about how Uber and Lyft has really changed the game in terms of transportation in a lot of ways.
Let's pause for a moment that you were talking about Leprechaun with your Uber driver.
He also loves horror. Okay. Yeah. It was great. It was great. Anyways, then back at the pawn shop, and also, sorry, before we go any further, I want to say that there is so much fucking jumping around in this film. It's actually like gives you whiplash a little bit.
We apologize.
So if something's not in like perfect order, it's because for sake of our discussion, we just need to like group things together a little bit. So
for sake of not killing others or ourselves. Yes.
Perfect. For the safety of all, we need to do that. But back at the pawn shop, the shop owner finds a computer and he has, well, not finds, it's his computer, but he has a game apparently called Legends and Folklore. And it's like one of those learning lesson games, it seems like, that's like really interactive and you click through it.
Think Oregon Trail vibes?
Yes. But like
when
you were
leprechauns.
And when you were a kid and you got like math and English lessons with like funny computer illustrations.
You know what? I just had the most brilliant idea.
Oh, tell me.
You know how we have to do those fucking IT courses, those HR courses? They need to make those like this.
New business idea, producer, write that down.
Write that down, please. Also, I just love when films and writers use weird shit like educational videos to create just a perfect moment to explain everything we need to know.
I'm picturing the writers going, okay, so hear me out. He busts out this CD-ROM that he has of this lesson about legends and folklores. And what do you know? He learns about some leprechauns from it. And he decides to trust said learning lesson to base off all of his future decisions. So he's lucky it worked out for him.
Yep.
Meanwhile, Leprechaun is still back in the storage area of the pawn
not just
shop.
like the room where, like
it's
a
just
safe
like,
almost.
It's like where he keeps all like most of the overflow stuff. I think.
Yes.
Leprechaun's counting his gold, and he finally realizes when he gets to 99 that he is missing that one gold shilling.
This bitch really needs to have a better system for his coins.
He does. I don't know if a pot is the most conducive and proper thing that he should be storing it in.
Hold on. We're going to cut this out if I totally forgot this was in the movie. And did he have like a coin belt? Like, you know how casino people have coin things?
No, he didn't have one.
Oh my God.
Not that I remember. You know what? Someone should have thought ahead that this man wouldn't be so angry if he just had a coin belt.
Yep.
So that he could keep track of all of his coins.
I know.
Jeez.
But like those are a thing, even in Vegas, like people
No, that's a great
Should
idea.
we be writing these movies?
I think so.
Okay.
But does that make it more boring? Who knows?
No, I think we need to write them.
Back with Scott and Tammy, we find out that Tammy works at the Lucky Shamrock Casino and she's a magician's assistant. And Scott is just passing through Vegas on his way to LA for school. And Tammy warns Scott, like, hey, just like make sure you're just passing through because Vegas is essentially a place that kind of chews people up and spits them out.
Good thing she says this because fucking Scotty boy. Scotty doesn't know what he's in for.
He doesn't
in Vegas.
know.
Wait. I just realized. Scotty doesn't know.
Oh my God, Scotty doesn't know.
Scotty doesn't know. I will say, I think that's one of the best cameo appearances in a film ever.
Oh, without a doubt.
If you don't know what we're talking about, please go watch Euro Trip.
Yeah.
Also, Who Are You? That's so sad if you don't know that song. Shit, what was I saying? Oh, something important is Scotty is telling strangers that his dad has given him a $23,000 check for college. He's just telling people that.
He's a dumb kid. He's still a dumb kid, it seems like.
But Tammy is being like, don't tell people in Vegas that you got money to spend.
And that's a very nice thing to do because she could have very easily taken advantage of him with her beauty. And
Totally.
She's just a nice, smart gal. So meanwhile, the shop owner loads his gun. He's ready to try and kill Leprechaun, I think, if he comes back. And he happens upon that little missing coin, that missing shilling. And he's stoked. He's like, fuck yeah, I got myself a little gold coin. He goes into the back of his shop and he's hoping to find Leprechaun and kill him. But the owner unfortunately gets tricked by Leprechaun, gets shot by an arrow in the arm. It's funny, he isn't able to shoot Leprechaun because Leprechaun like puts his little finger in the gun and it kind of like malfunctions and backfires. The owner, though, in this moment is really smart and he takes the medallion and shoves it into Leprechaun's mouth. And obviously Lep does not like this and causes his mouth to kind of like foam green and he then runs away.
So that's like further proof that the medallion's no good for Lep.
Then back with Scott and Tammy again. Scott drops Tammy off and asks her if he can come in because he's never been to a real casino before. And she does not want him to come in.
Do we know how old Scott is?
I'm going to guess 18 because he's going off to college.
Oh, yeah. I don't think you can be...
No, you can't. That's what she says.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
She tells him, he goes, well, can you just sneak me in? You know, I would love to just see it. And she reluctantly lets him. She makes him promise, though, like not to gamble. And he promises, but also you just met the guy and he's 18. He's a dumb kid. Scott also asks if he can maybe watch her show later and take her to dinner afterwards. So it kind of softens the ask 100%. A little bit, I think. In the casino, Scott is totally mesmerized by everything going on inside, especially the gambling. You can see it in his eye. There's a future addict amongst us.
You really can. It's like greed is just stamped on his forehead.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody in this film is driven by greed.
So driven by greed. Then we meet Fazio in another part of the casino in like their main showroom. And he is the magician. And we also meet Loretta. And Loretta is a dealer that works there. She's just on her break. And I guess she's sort of friends with Fazio. Fazio has a new trick though. It's not good and it involves like fire. He has kind of like a flamethrower type thing. And he says to Loretta that his plan is to actually light the box that Tammy, his assistant, she gets into and he'll light it on fire and she'll be able to escape safely or something like that. But as they're chatting about this new trick that Fazio has, or Fazio, he gets interrupted by Mitch, who is the casino manager. Mitch, you can tell right off the bat, like doesn't really care for Fazio that much, brings him back down to earth a little bit and says that Tammy is actually who he thinks is going to be his future headliner, which at first I was like, fuck yeah, Mitch, let the lady be the star. Hell yeah. But then we find out he's like really uber fucking creepy. Later.
Right. Yeah. Everybody in this is so sleazy and creepy.
Yeah. Once Tammy comes like to stage, I think she was a little bit late, obviously, with her car trouble. Mitch hits on her immediately and he tells her that she'll come around eventually. And that's when you're like, oh, okay, creep.
Like the creepiest of vibes.
Yeah.
And it gets creepier.
In the casino floor, though, Scott is...
He's fucking around.
He's fucking around. He's considering gambling with this $23,000 check from his parents.
He literally has a physical check on a casino floor.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you can actually see it. I read that you can see it. But on the check, it's signed by the director of the film.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so fun. I love that. And this check is I think, an entire tuition or an entire semester's tuition.
It's literally $23,000. Can you imagine if your dad just gave you $23,000 and said, go?
No. They obviously trust this child.
Like, did paying the campus directly not occur to
Was
the
that
father?
not Can you not mail that much money? I mean, I don't know, but it's wild. Mitch immediately finds Scott and is like, bro, you look a little too young to be here. And he almost kicks him out, but then sees that check. And like you said, it has the amount, it's got all these things on it. So Mitch is seeing dollar signs in his eyes. And he lets him stay. He lets Scott stay and is like, oh yeah, have fun, do your thing. And so Scott goes off to go cash his check because apparently he can also cash that check at the casino.
Rules don't apply.
They do not.
Actually, they just really don't in Vegas.
Yeah, that's true. Rules are just different there.
Yes.
And Mitch gets approached by two kind of loan sharks that are hanging around. I think their names are Art, and then the other one's name is Lucky. And Mitch is like, what do you want, Art? And I love this part. It makes me laugh so much because of current events right now. It says, I want brown hair. I don't know. I want health insurance for all Americans.
Truly.
He's like, I want the Mets to get their shit together.
Very
and
relatable.
It's just like such a funny random line. Back with Scott, he goes straight to Loretta's table to start gambling, unknowing. He doesn't know her yet. He doesn't know that she knows who Tammy is, and Tammy and Fazio are friends. Back in the pawn shop, though. So now we're heading back to the pawn shop. I think the owner is just having himself a drink and kind of humoring the situation because he's lost a big toe. He has gotten his ear bitten off. He has been shot in the arm with an arrow. He's gone through a lot of shit.
Yeah, like why is he still around?
This poor guy. And he pours himself a drink. And then across the shop, did you love this part where he looks across the shop and on the display glass, the bottle of whiskey is just slowly moving, but you don't see. It's like you don't see Leprechaun is below.
He loves to fuck with an alcohol bottle.
He does. And you hear a little burp from Leprechaun down below when he takes the bottle.
Just everything he does is just the cutest thing in the entire world.
And he starts a rhyme, and I'm going to do my best right now. Are you ready? There was an old man of Madras whose balls were made of fine brass. So in stormy weather, they both cling together and sparks flew out of his ass.
I love it.
Was that good?
That was beautiful.
Did you like that? And the owner laughs. They're having a good time. The owner literally says to him, I'm finding this to be a very funny and poetic leprechaun. What a nice compliment.
Yeah. I'll take it.
The owner and Leprechaun kind of have a little bit of a negotiation. I think the negotiation is like giving Leprechaun the medallion and then Mr. Owner gets like half his gold, or basically to just get this medallion away. The owner's kind of down at first, it seems like, and Leprechaun's about to, do this little trade, and he uses his magic to get the medallion away from both of them so that he can actually like really go forward and attack the owner this time.
I'm just happy he still works for Hallmark.
Oh yeah, he's really got a future ahead of him that he doesn't even know yet.
So many.
Then back at the casino, Scott gambles all of his tuition money away and is pissed.
No
I know.
shit.
Did we not see this happening? Hello.
Imagine also this was $23,000 back in 1995.
Probably like what, like 45 grand now, if not more. Are you going to look it up?
Yeah.
Look it up. This is like very much an Uncut Gems plot situation.
I've never seen that.
Please don't.
Oh, okay.
It's going to make your anxiety just through the roof.
Really?
Yep. Uncut Gems and Marty Supreme. Don't watch.
Oh my God, Marty Supreme.
You watched it, right?
I did.
See? Okay. So remember how chaotic that was?
Yes.
And
Also-
anxiety inducing?
Also,
Same thing.
Don't watch Sicario because the sound in that is meant to induce anxiety.
Make you uneasy.
Great movie though. Okay, it would have been $23,000 in 1995. Would have been $49,000 2026.
Holy shit.
Yes. Imagine what would you? Oh, the things, all the places. Homeboy would not have been able to afford tuition today.
That's actually really sad.
That's so sad.
Because that's more than a 50% increase.
Yeah. Wait,
That's
so many
wild.
numbers just flashed into my brain.
Well, 23,000 times 2, 46,000.
Okay.
And you said 49,000.
This feels like that book, The Math
The
Curse.
math. Okay, we'll stop. We'll stop now. We'll stop while we're ahead. Scott has like a couple $100 left, I think. And he's like, I got to use this. So stupid. Just stop. Just stop, Scott. He wants to use it on roulette. And he eventually loses everything. And Loretta encourages him to sell like this nice watch that he got from his like grandpa.
It's like she put her sales blinders on and she says, yeah, maybe you could go to the pawn store and come back.
And by the way, she's also the reason he was losing.
Yeah.
This was not a game of pure luck. We saw a part in the scene where we look under the table and she has like some sort of mechanism.
She's in cahoots with like Mitch and management to get people's
off.
money. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Then back in the
That
main...
makes you wonder. Do you think they're like doing that?
I think they're definitely
you
always
gamble?
doing something. I have been known to gamble a little bit.
Oh, you guys, the way she just tilted her head up a little bit and rearranged her arms.
The last time I gambled, I think I did $100 on war. It was war. I get a 50% chance, but also a 50% chance to lose.
I too only play war when forced to gamble.
Shut the fuck up. I didn't even know that about you. We've never been to a casino together.
Why? Like, it's not something we would naturally do. Hey, let's go gamble. Now I feel like we should.
In another part of the casino, Fazio and Tammy are doing their magic show. So I think they have like several shows per night.
They're doing their magic show, but it's not on like the main stage.
Yeah.
It's like a side stage.
And it's pretty lame.
It's pretty lame.
That's all I got to say. Fazio, you ain't that cool, brother. I'd rather see Tammy up there.
And that's what Tammy wants.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. I forgot she did mention to Scott earlier that
that's
she
her
like
goal is
wants
to become
be
a main magician?
Yeah.
Headliner?
Headliner.
Sure.
Headliner. She wants someone else to be the assistant.
Yes.
There you go. And Scott, he's about to go freaking pawn that watch. So he does leave the casino and go to the pawn shop right across the street.
Straight up.
He doesn't know that Leprechaun just killed the owner behind the display case for taking his last shilling. So there's going to be a rude awakening when he comes in. Leprechaun hears Scott come into the shop at this point and he runs to go hide. Scott, he does immediately find the owner and calls the police. And of course, the police aren't going to freaking believe him. I forget what it is, but he says something where the police is kind of like, okay.
So Scott says something to the police that could have been less information and more concise, and the cops would have been like, hell yeah. But he says something dumb, and I'm like, no, just give him the straight facts.
Truly, truly. And when he gets off the phone with the police, he accidentally turns the computer on, which still has that lesson up about leprechauns. And he too learns a little bit more about leprechauns.
Just easy exposition moments.
And he learns that if you find a piece of gold or the gold or all of the gold, you will get a wish.
It's like a point system or something.
Yeah. And what do you know? What does he find? The gold shilling. I'm going to say that every time. I just like the word shilling. And just as Leprechaun is about to sneak up behind Scott, he's got his little axe and he's like ready to go Pearl style. Scott wishes to be back at the casino having a winning streak and he immediately disappears.
Is this kind of new too? How we can kind of time travel now?
I guess.
Because there's a lot of like, oh, you just make a wish and things happen for you.
Maybe Scott is the future Fazio.
Right. So
we
now
don't know.
We can like jump locations now.
Apparently.
Yeah, add that to the rules.
And suddenly Scott is back at the casino and he's winning big. The coin is almost helping him like pick his roulette numbers and colors. And every time she spins the roulette, it's on that same one.
But people, that's becoming obvious now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And because it's obvious, Mitch walks up to her and he threatens that Loretta better make Scott stop winning because he's already won a ton. And he's like, you're going to owe me that, basically.
She's like, he's inferring that she wants him to win.
Yeah.
She's like, no, I don't. Why is everybody so mean to Loretta in this movie?
Yeah, but she's also kind of like...
She's not great.
But she might just be mean because people are mean to her.
There you go.
We don't know what people are going through.
Bullies bully.
Bullies. Oh my God.
Yeah.
She's the poster child.
Hashtag.
Loretta from Leprechaun 3, you are seen. That's all we have to say.
Bullies bully.
Truly seen. Meanwhile, though, this may arguably be one of my favorite parts of the entire film / the favorite. Leprechaun is now walking the strip.
Do you not just want to be strolling down the strip with a hurricane walking next to Lep?
That's all I want to do.
All. This made me honestly, this made me want to throw on a costume and just join him.
If I was there, I'd say, hey, let's go on the zip line. Let's get a hurricane. Let's watch the fountain at the Bellagio.
How magical. We can put Lep on our shoulders to get that spectacular view. And then we can end the night with the Blue Man Group.
Oh my gosh. And you know what we're going to have at the Blue Man Group?
More hurricanes?
Some whiskey.
Okay. Because of Lep.
Yep.
You're right.
I love this. Okay. Immediately.
Yep.
Booked and busy.
So he's enjoying his great stroll.
He's having so much fun and is just truly the cutest thing.
Wait, also, I want to know which hotel you think Lep would pick as his lair? Has lair to store all of his little axe, all of his weapons, his coin? Like, where is his lair? Which hotel is his lair?
My heart kind of went to Circus.
Okay, mine has a very similar vibe. Mine went to New York, New York.
Oh, double doubles.
Double doubles.
Okay, double entendre.
Yes. And bonus points for him. It has access to the rail that goes around Vegas. So we're getting him there faster.
Exactly.
We're being more efficient. Let's go.
Yep, we need transportation covered, so that was perfect.
Yeah. We got the lair. We got transportation.
We have the evening agenda.
Yes. Let's get to killing.
Let's do it.
Break.
Back at the casino, Loretta is closing down the table. They obviously can't let everything continue the way that it was going because Scott's just going to keep winning and keep playing. Mitch congratulates Scott on winning so much and offers him a room to stay at the hotel to quote unquote relax. And I know that if people are big spenders at casinos, I know that they do get a lot of perks like that. And I did not think until this movie that I wonder if part of that is to get them to kind of slow down when they're like winning so much or like, kind of like walk over and offer them, oh, we're going to get you set up right now actually with a massage. Like, because it breaks their sort of winning streak and shakes things up.
Wow. Do you think it's someone's job to track how much someone is getting up and what they're like kind of forecast what they could spend? And then someone next to them is like, here's what we could do to slow them. We could spend this much, their ROI. We could spend this much so they don't spend that much.
I truly think you're spot on. Wow. And I actually just went down a K-hole with you in that moment.
Yeah.
Because I fully agree. I think there's absolutely a person that is. I'm actually almost like 99% positive there is.
What a unique thing. What a unique skill. Okay.
Back to the movie. As Scott, though, is about to head up to his hotel room, he runs into Tammy right by the elevator and tells her about his winnings. And she's definitely upset at first because she made him promise not to gamble, and then he did. But she tells him, like, more importantly, Scott, you need to just cash out and leave. Like, she says, not just leave the casino, but leave Vegas. Like,
for good.
You got to go, brother, because you don't need to get any more trouble. And all I have to say to this is always cash out when you're up.
Mm-hmm.
Full stop. Scott, though, is like, no, Tammy, I want to share my winnings with you because, if I didn't meet you tonight, basically none of this would have happened, which is nice. And you can see that she's considering. She's like, I know the right thing would be he just needs to leave, but also maybe I can split it with him. So she says, okay, why don't you go up to your hotel? Stay up there. Do not move. Keep your cash close to you. I will come up after my next show because I got to go, and we can talk about what you just offered me or what have you. And Loretta, a little sneaky, she witnesses this whole conversation. So now she knows about how much he won, that he wants to share it with Tammy, and that he's about to go up to, a hotel room and she'll be able to easily find him.
Again, a lesson in don't openly talk about how much fucking money you have on a casino floor.
No. Leprechaun then finally makes his way to the Lucky Shamrock.
The Lucky Shamrock is the hotel.
It is the hotel and casino that Tammy works at. And as he's about to go in, this is my favorite part of the film. He runs into an Elvis impersonator that comes out of a white limo onto a little red carpet. And they just have the best exchange.
It's the best.
Elvis compliments Leprechaun's shoes here too, which I freaking think is adorable. And he's like, hey man, do those come in blue suede? And Leprechaun says, thank you very much.
I died at this part because it's so iconic. He's just so iconic, but also it might not be so weird to see Leprechaun wandering around because all of the impersonators that are always on the streets of Vegas.
So true. True.
It would be weird not to see a leprechaun on the strip.
And then to close out this little scene, though, they do finger guns at each other in a little signature Elvis pose. And it's just fucking adorable. When Leprechaun then goes into the casino, one of the first people that he runs upon is Fazio doing some magic tricks. And Fazio talks shit to him, I believe. And I love this part so much too. Leprechaun makes green shit appear in Fazio's hand after Fazio has tried to do a little trick for him. And he says, it comes from my shillelagh. I'm going to start saying that.
So I love this. As I was watching this, I was trying to figure out why they would do green shit in the film. And I was like, oh, they just wanted to put this line in. Obviously.
Exactly,
the whole thing is perfect.
Exactly.
Let's make a reason to put this in there.
Oh my God. It comes from my shillelagh. That's just my new favorite fucking word. So as Scott goes up to the elevator to go to his room, Fazio just happens to walk by Loretta after getting green shit in his hand. And Loretta is watching Scott, seeing him go up the elevator. And she tells him about Scott's big win and how he has the money on him. Loretta wants to split the money with Fazio and also take the gold coin that she saw that Scott has. She really wants that. She thinks that it's like it could be a little good luck charm. In another part of the casino, Leprechaun just starts gambling on the floor.
My favorite parts of this movie are Leprechaun just enjoying Las Vegas.
It's truly like the sweetest thing. And the Leprechaun is getting truly lucky here, which is even cuter. And he gets then eventually approached by those loan sharks from earlier, Art and his lucky right-hand man. So Art and Lucky threaten Leprechaun. They want him to get out, but they don't know who they're messing with here. And Lep turns Lucky into a slot machine. He like shoves a little coin or a little chip into his mouth, and they just start pouring out of his mouth like truly a little slot machine. And then Art and Lucky just eventually leave. And I don't know if Lucky's still going to have coins just coming out of his mouth for the rest of the day.
I think that was probably my favorite thing.
It was the best. And in Scott's room, he's about to treat himself to a little bath. He's running some water, and Fazio breaks into his room looking for the money. He does not find the money, but does find that gold coin. After Fazio leaves, Lep comes in to get the gold coin from Scott, and they get into a little tussle, and he bites his arm.
Again, with the biting problem.
Mm-hmm. Yep, more bites, baby. And Scott is able to, in that moment, at least stab him in the eye. And this part is so fucking funny. He throws him through the window.
So aggressive.
And poor Leprechaun's little body falls down however many stories. It's so sad. Scott calls the hotel security to report a leprechaun, and of course is not taken seriously.
Oh, yeah. So he's like, hey, someone broke in and it's a leprechaun. So you need to just say, hey, someone broke in. You don't need the leprechaun part.
Exactly.
Then they will come.
Someone has come to like steal shit from me. They will come. They will come. But in the mirror, Scott, he realizes like something is happening to him. And he also realizes that Fazio took the coin. So there's like a double whammy issue going on. Doesn't he have almost like a flash of being a leprechaun in the mirror?
Yes. It's he sees that in the mirror, and it just reminds me of Luck of the Irish so much here.
Fazio comes down and he tells Loretta that he found the coin, but he didn't find any money. And she asks him to put it on the table, like on the roulette table, so that she can show him that it's magic and that it was helping Scott in this whole situation. But it doesn't work. Fazio calls her a liar and is just being mean to her. And Fazio wants her to find a coin dealer so that they can at least get it appraised and then try to sell it. And in that moment, Mitch then comes up to Loretta and takes the coin from her. So now we've had like a third transfer. And he wants to take the coin almost as leverage from her until she pays him back for all the money that Scott won.
It's like hard to keep track of who owes who and who has coins and like what transactions are being made.
Truly.
It Follows could never.
Yeah. And back to the bullying, unfortunately, and very inappropriately, Mitch calls her fat. She calls him fat.
This shocked me that he called her like ugly and fat. I was like, she is beautiful.
And we don't see that in a lot of movies anymore.
95, baby. Yeah. 95 straight to video movies.
Crazy.
He's straight up just beefing on her image. And I'm like, oh my God.
And she's trying to get him back. I think she calls him like a pig or, something else.
Yeah, but to say that to a woman just was like shocking to me.
Truly, truly.
Men deserve it. Period.
Mitch deserves it for sure. Mitch says to her, well, I could have like any broad that I want. And she says, you wish. And he says, I do wish, as he's holding the coin. It's, I think he says, I could even have Tammy. And that's the part of the wish that is going to come into play next, because suddenly Tammy's fucking obsessed with Mitch.
Tammy literally wanted nothing to do. And then she turns around and is all of a sudden enamored.
Yeah. She tells him that she wants him, and she's like, let's go up to like a room or whatever. And
she's like straight up leading him on.
It's crazy. And Loretta, of course, is absolutely perplexed by this as she watches them go into the elevator. She's like, literally, what the fuck? But then she sees Mitch flip the gold coin. And this now I think fully has deduced to her that the coin is allowing some sort of wishes to take place. Then in the elevator, Tammy tells Mitch that she likes it rough and she smacks him around a couple times.
This whole transaction right now, like, is so fucking wild between Tammy and Mitch.
It is.
Like, what the actual fuck?
Okay, I had a thought in this moment too. But because she smacks him in the elevator, is it possible there could be like still a small part of Tammy in there that's almost like she's obviously doing this and interested, quote unquote, in Mitch because of this wish?
Yeah, she's like under this spell from this wish.
Even in freaking Get Out, it's like it's in your body and it's taking over all action, but there's like a smidge inside that's still you. And so maybe she's like, well, at least I can slap the shit out of him.
Let's go with that.
She's like, if I'm supposed to be enamored with him, at least I'll make it painful.
She's possessed, but still says no is no.
And you know what? Back to what we said at the beginning of the film. She is a smart lady.
Exactly.
She's such a smart lady.
Even when she's possessed.
Yeah. As Tammy and Mitch are going up to Mitch's room, Loretta is now sneaking around outside of the room that they just went to. And she's trying to plot how to get the coin back, rightfully so. Tammy,
rightfully so.
Well, I mean,
okay.
I'm supportive of anybody trying to get the coin.
Sure.
Do your thing. Ruin your own life. Go for it.
Yeah.
As Tammy and Mitch are now in that room, Tammy tells Mitch that she wants him to burn, and he's not quite sure what that means. Loretta then sneaks into Mitch's little hotel room suite thing and finds the coin in one of Mitch's pockets and says, boy, do I have a wish for you. And then she leaves. And we know immediately what that wish must have been because Tammy immediately gets out of her like Mitch trance.
I love their use of how it works and just like making switches. They could have used it so much more and made it so funny, but I like what they did.
I also had a thought that can't you only make one wish with this coin? Because there's some people in the film, including Tammy, I believe, who have made multiple wishes.
As we learn, the rules of the lore change when they want to.
Then after leaving his room, Leprechaun sneaks in and tries to play a little trick on Mitch. And this part is amazing. Go ahead, Oz. I feel like you have thoughts here.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead. You cook.
This is so funny because there's a hot girl. She is flirting with Mitch through the TV. All of a sudden his screen turns on. She calls him by his name too. I think she says to him like, hey, Mitch, like da-da-da. Go ahead.
I just love a personalized message from Leprechaun.
Well, because
unique.
Exactly. This whole TV situation, it starts with her just in the TV talking to Mitch, and he's interested. Super hot girl. I can't remember in this part if she already took off her top, but now we see boobies as well. And
she
in the
starts
TV.
to take off her top.
Or starts.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Then she crawls through the TV, you guys, on top of Mitch, takes off her top.
Because at first she started to take off her top and then she stopped, I was like, okay, they're not going to throw unnecessary boobies in here.
Nope.
And then it proceeds to unnecessary boobies. Yes.
She is all over Mitch. He is loving like absolutely everything about it. But back with Scott, it seems like he is now slowly transforming into a leprechaun-like creature. And he even starts rhyming.
Why did it seem like a werewolf transformation to me?
I think that's because at first when he looks in the mirror and it kind of flashes, it probably just like gives that vibe. And the hair. He's got the little chops. The little chops and the weird little fingers. But he also sees some potatoes.
I love this.
He sees some potatoes on the room service tray thing and he starts eating them and realizing how much he wants fucking potatoes. And he finds his way to one of the casino restaurants and orders every single type of potato that he can.
So I love this because as an avid potato lover, and I know you are one too, this just sparked so much joy in me. And it made me want to ask you, what is your favorite form of potato? Because you know they can come in so many forms. I know you like a potato soup from Outback.
I love a loaded potato soup. Fuck me up.
But we know we have French fries. We have baked potato. We have hash browns. We have, what else we got? We got
casserole.
Scalloped. We have so many options.
Mashed. Did you say mashed?
I don't even know because I'm so overwhelmed by the forms. Tot, what is your favorite potato form?
Okay. I think mine is casserole form.
I need more information because you said casserole. I don't know if I know what potato casserole is.
It's almost like a big mix between a mash and a scalloped.
That sounds amazing.
Because picture it in your grandma's glass dish coming right out of the oven.
My grandma's dish had color.
Perfect. Her colored glass dish, right?
Yes.
It comes out of the oven. It's beautiful, and you can cut it like a cake or like a brownie.
Oh, wow. Now I need that.
Yeah. I'm showing her a picture kind of
what's on the top of that?
Cheese.
What?
And chives.
See, maybe I like potatoes so much because it's so well paired with cheese and salt.
Wait, what's your favorite form?
My favorite form is probably mashed.
God. With the gravy?
With gravy and some skin.
Oh, you
and
like
some
the
chives.
Skin in there.
And lots of butter and cheese.
That all sounds, every single ingredient you added sounded so good.
I think we're hungry. But anyways.
Loretta then runs into Scott at the restaurant, and when Scott asks about Tammy, she tells him, oh, she's up in Mitch's office getting her clock cleaned. She's obviously trying to upset Scott a little bit and just trying to make it obvious that they're being naughty up there. And he freaks out, and he immediately starts running to the elevator to like go up to get her.
Do all the boys in these movies just think the women are automatically theirs?
I think so.
I mean, in this instance, go save her or whatever, but like.
Correct. But I fully agree.
Yeah.
Fully agree. And Scott actually runs into Tammy coming down the elevator, and she's super, super upset. And she is like telling him that Mitch came on to her. And then I forgot if we mentioned this or not, but
she completely
he fired her though.
Yeah. When she like realizes that she's basically being assaulted, he then fires her immediately.
It's the saddest little scene. And then she comes down, but Scott's like, okay, well, fuck that. He tells her he's like not going to let Mitch get away with this. And then they both go up to Mitch's room. Now, this part in the film, I want to preface, there's a lot going on. And that was like everything that was happening to Scott. But meanwhile, we did have some back and forth in this part of the film where there's a lot happening to Mitch. So back in his bedroom, like we said,
there's a lot happening to Mitch.
She crawls out of the fucking TV, and some Leprechaun little infomercials are playing on the screen as that's happening, and it's so cute. He is a fortune teller in one, or like a psychic situation.
He's so Beetlejuice with his like use of himself and things.
It's really cute. In these little infomercials that Leprechaun was doing, though, he was calling out Mitch's name specifically. And as Mitch is making out with this TV girl, he's getting distracted every time he hears his name on the screen. Suddenly, the TV gal then turns into a robot out of nowhere and is scaring the shit out of Mitch.
It's a weird image. It's like this beautiful gal is all of a sudden it's like robot parts, and then just like we're like a face mask, like a skin slab face mask.
It reminds me almost of like Ex Machina or whatever.
Yeah. How the like robotic of the body. Mm-hmm.
And this was the second scene that really scared me when I was younger.
Bet.
Terrified me.
This was probably around the same time like Terminator 2 would have been too.
Something like that for sure.
Because it reminded me of Terminator a little bit.
As Lep wanted to happen, the robot starts malfunctioning, and I think Lep even says at some point, like, he's going to electrocute Mitch. Then Leprechaun comes out from behind the TV. At that moment, Tammy and Scott then walk into Mitch's room, finding him dead. He's been electrocuted by this robot, and Leprechaun is still there and confronts them, asking for his gold coin. Scott takes something from Mitch's side table and throws it at Leprechaun, knocking him over. It's like the funniest little knockover. Just his whole little body just goes boop. This scene is so funny because as they immediately leave the room, Art and Lucky come up to the room, and they were planning on coming to demand what Mitch like still owes them, and they run into Leprechaun. They're talking a lot of shit to Leprechaun, and they truly have no idea what they're messing with.
I know, and I really hate this part.
Unfortunately, Lucky gets his eye pulled out of its socket by Leprechaun, and Leprechaun also like beats them both. But I don't think that they're like dead. They might be. Who knows?
I don't. Their characters are so like, oh yeah, they're into this movie too.
It's a bit throwaway. But outside, Scott and Tammy stop for a moment in the parking lot because they've made it out of the Lucky Shamrock Hotel, and they're trying to like figure out what they're going to do.
And meanwhile, we have forgotten that Scott's transforming.
Oh, yeah. They have to stop because he's having some really crazy physical reactions. Scott then sees the pawn shop from across the street and starts to put two and two together that something happened at the pawn shop, which is causing him to turn into a leprechaun and why all of this happened in the first place. And so that's probably where they need to go if they want to help stop the transformation.
So obviously we love Lep's humor. He's the absolute best. Do you think this is his funniest, is this film?
I do. And I think that Warwick Davis delivers this humor so well, especially in this film. And it comes through that you can tell he was having so much fun doing it. I'm sure he loved all of the leprechauns that he's done. And
for sure.
you know, even if there were moments he didn't love, but you can just tell he's being his like most ridiculous.
I love that because of that as well. But I still do love, because if when you watch the first film, Leprechaun, you're really thrown off by how fucking ridiculous it is that it's so funny.
Yeah.
I still think that's got to be the funniest for me so far. But I do love that it feels like Warwick is playing.
Yeah.
He's just having a good old time.
He's playing. And after Leprechaun basically clears out Mitch's room, he then says that he smells women's perfume in the air. And then we get an immediate cut to Loretta, and she's standing in front of a mirror. She uses the coin and wishes to be beautiful, sexy, body of a 20-year-old, like etc. Then we see her new and improved little bod and haircut walking across the casino floor with everyone's heads turning towards her.
This scene, like, it all of a sudden took a turn to like women body dysmorphia issues. And it was like, whoa, weird narrative to throw in Leprechaun 3, but all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's got all this new confidence. I personally thought Loretta looked great before.
I agree.
I'm not sure this haircut is for her. This new haircut is for her.
Yeah, I didn't love it. It was giving a little bit of like Jamie Lee from True Lies.
Okay,
Kinda
that's
was getting
giving
that
her a lot
vibe.
of credit.
Yeah.
That's a lot of credit.
But nevertheless, Loretta is off to go visit Fazio because he has called her ugly numerous times. All the men have been just so mean to Loretta and her body. And so she wants to show him like her little hot bod. And he's, of course, shocked by her transformation. And she tells him.
By the way, she looks like basically the same. She just like
is wearing a tighter outfit.
Is wearing a tighter outfit and has a little bit of like improvement and a different haircut.
But hey, it's supposed to be huge. It's supposed to be huge. And huge like that.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
Just wait. She tells Fazio in that moment, though, that she used the coin to wish for it. And then he takes the coin from her, runs, and wishes that he was the greatest magician in the world. Loretta's obviously pissed, but she kind of stays around just to look at herself in another mirror. And as she's admiring herself, little Lep appears and tells her that she's going to pay.
I really like when you just slip into it and I don't expect it.
What he does, though, to her here, like, truly, like, makes my body crawl and makes me, like, very uncomfortable.
It made me so sad. It reminded me of The Substance for some reason.
Yes. The body horror.
Also, it reminded me of Greta from Gremlins with the lips.
Yep. I could totally see that. She just needed a little feather boa and a red lip.
Honestly. And it just made me... So Leprechaun starts to really fuck with her image, you know, rhyming while doing so. He's like basically rhyming and saying, now I'm going to make your lips all big and wacky. And what else? He inflates basically your entire ass.
It's her ass, her boobs, her lips. Maybe just those three.
I think it's that, but he's just like, he fucks the way she looks up. Oh my God.
He's giving Oswald Cobblepot a little bit in this part because he busts out his umbrella as she is about to truly explode. And then his little umbrella just saves him from all the flying Loretta debris. It
was a precious moment. I'm just proud of your opportunity of tying it back to Oswald Cobblepot.
I think about him a lot.
Kind of like how I think about the Polar Express. Hey.
Oh God. So Tammy and Scott, they are finally able to make their way back to the pawn shop. And Scott, he starts playing more of the computer lesson from where he left off when he was just there previously. And it tells them that if you are able to destroy a leprechaun's gold, you essentially destroy him. So it seems like that is the film telling us this is like the new goal here.
You know what was kind of just an interesting thought is the writers thought, okay, well, what they would naturally do with a book. Oh, here's a book about leprechauns. Let's read and get knowledge from a leprechaun. Now it's 1995. Let's put it on a computer disc and make it a video.
Yeah, there you go. Tammy finds the medallion. Thank God someone did. And Scott has a pretty intense reaction to it. So we're already getting some more inner leprechaun transformation just from like within him. And
which like, because he's feeling the effects of the medallion. Yeah.
Tammy wants to leave, but Scott is like, there's something in this pawn shop that he can feel, and like that his mind almost like is tricking him that he wants it really badly too, but they're not sure exactly what it is. So they explore the back part of the shop, and Scott finds the safe where earlier in the film, Leprechaun hid the rest of his gold. He's able to open it, and with his new like leprechaun powers, apparently he can just do all kinds of stuff. And in this moment too, he's like fully talking like a leprechaun as well. Tammy is stoked that they found it. They found the gold so they can destroy it, but Scott doesn't want to because of his lep feelings.
His lep feelings. He's fully, I mean, he was greedy before, but now he's like full blown.
Definitely. Leprechaun shows up, and Scott tries to use the coin to wish him harm, but apparently you cannot use their gold against them.
They should have thrown shoes at him.
I know. But nonetheless, Leprechaun tries to hurt them, but they are finally able to escape, and Tammy secretly takes the medallion with her. Scott and Tammy then get into the car, and they're going to take him to the hospital to see if there's anything that can be helped, because he's definitely in a lot of pain. Lots of things are happening to his body, so yada, yada. And we get into another one of my favorite scenes, which is this hospital scene.
I hate it.
You hated it?
I hated it.
No. Did you hate the part that is the best?
I hated the entire part. I don't know why it made me so uncomfortable.
Really?
It made me so it reminded me of like Return of the Living Dead movies, and it made me so uncomfortable. I hated it.
Oh, okay. Well,
sorry.
Nonetheless, they get to the hospital, and doctors take him immediately into isolation because it just seems like he's got some sort of like virus. And meanwhile, Leprechaun is hitchhiking. He is going to make his way to the hospital. As he does.
I'm surprised he doesn't have like a Jeep.
I knew you were going to say at some point, like,
where's the Jeep?
Where's this man's little barn with all his things?
He doesn't have as much in his arsenal this time.
That's okay.
It's hard to get around Vegas efficiently. I get it.
We understand.
I get it.
We understand. The doctor then back at the hospital cuts Scott's shirt open, and it's disgusting a little bit because it's very much like something is moving under his skin in his stomach.
The visual is when Gizmo is getting ready to produce other gremlins off of his back is what's happening on his stomach.
I think that's actually a really great visual comparison.
Thank you. Less hair. More skin because it's the stomach, but that's the movement and everything is exactly like on Gizmo's back.
Yep. So picture that, folks. Then out of nowhere, you guys, Leprechaun comes out. He enters the hospital, and he's in a little doctor outfit with the coat and the glasses and the clipboard.
We know he loves a hospital.
It is, and he loves an opportunity to be camp.
Yeah, dressing up.
You know, and something funny too, a little fun fact is that there's literally a slot machine in the hospital lobby.
I wonder if that's like a real thing.
I don't think so, but hey, you never know. Someone tell us if you know of one. Down in the morgue of the hospital, Leprechaun sneaks in. There's just like one guy working down there, and he kind of hijacks the hospital pager, and he pages Tammy down to the morgue because they've taken Scott off. Tammy's just by herself kind of waiting in the waiting area. And doctors then simultaneously are running some tests on Scott. And I love this part too because they do some kind of test and they are opening up the result paper and it spells out "fuck you" in little clovers.
It's precious.
It's precious. And then they open up his EKG results and it's like a little leprechaun stamp almost, just like across the whole thing. It's just
the amount of skills.
It's so cute. It is so cute.
You know how AI is replacing everything? Leprechaun could replace everything too.
On some hospital testing print paper.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
The doctor also realizes, though, in this moment that Scott is carrying a ton of cash on him. And he makes some sleazy comments to the nurse that they should take it and, like, should they, quote unquote, bill him for more tests. They keep asking about his, like, health insurance.
Yeah, they're literally sitting down, rifling through just wads of cash and saying, okay, should we like another MRI? What could we bill him for, like this test? They're doing the math and like, what can we bill him for? What can we test him?
Yep. As they're doing that and they're distracted, Scott is able to use his leprechaun magic that he now has to cut his own little tie downs because he was like tied down to the hospital gurney. He then turns around, kisses the nurse, puts an oxygen mask on the doctor, which causes the doctor to give a shot into another nurse's ass, and then takes his money and leaves the room.
It's kind of a little creative sequence of events.
It is such a little chaotic scene.
Yeah.
Back with Tammy now, Leprechaun threatens her because he has successfully paged her down to the morgue. He threatens her that if she doesn't give back his shilling, she's going to be dead, basically. But in that same moment, Scott actually comes to her just in time. Leprechaun starts a fire at Scott's feet, making it hard for him to come and save Tammy. But in that moment, Scott also tells Leprechaun, like, hey, you're after Tammy, but like Fazio is actually the one that has the shilling. And this part, at least in a minute, when we're going to see Fazio's last trick, that like is the part that truly like scared the shit out of me. But
I'm so fascinated that you have multiple scarring scenes in here.
oh yeah, I'm telling you guys, formative childhood memories here. But Leprechaun puts a curse on Fazio. He says, Fazio's magic, pathetic and lame, will soon turn tragic, and me shilling I'll claim. I think that was some of my best work.
I would put that in the top 3 of this podcast.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. Scott, in that moment too, he's able to use his powers to release Tammy, and she puts the medallion in Leprechaun's face, causing him to fully leave. Back at the casino, Fazio is doing that new trick, and he's using an audience member as a volunteer.
Would you ever volunteer?
Yeah, potentially.
I know producer would. I've seen him do it.
Yeah, I think I would. Be kind of fun. I mean, like, depends on what.
For one that was like
no,
like a body thing, like sawing in half or like make you disappear.
Nope. I don't think so. Would you?
I don't know. I don't know if I fucks with it.
I think I would think of this scene if someone asked me to like get into something, they were gonna chop me in half, but not chop me.
I was thinking, because I know most likely that won't happen. I think more along the lines of like, will I actually be taken to a different portal? A different world. You know what's so funny is my brain is like, no, I will not be chopped in half, but I might actually be transported to a different universe. I straight up think that.
I'm like gonna miss my parents. Like gonna miss Emma.
I'm not afraid of being chopped. No,
not at all. Not at all. So Scott and Tammy, then they're able to talk in the car on their way to Fazio. It seems like everyone is sort of making their way back to the casino if they're not there.
We're like culminating.
Yes,
at this
exactly.
Point.
They're hoping that maybe they can stop whatever is happening to Scott if they figure out like this whole shilling situation. I think Tammy thinks that they can potentially wish Scott back to normal, right?
Yeah. So Scott and his casino girlfriend, they figure out that the only way to stop the leprechaun at this point is to get all the gold coins back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, get the band back together.
So yes, and that band's all coming back to this casino for this final showdown.
Yeah.
And people are dying in weird ways, and
there's just like a lot going on.
Scott's slowly turning greener and shorter.
And I think that's what Tammy wants the most is she's like, oh, hey, maybe we can wish you back to normal, you know? But Scott also doesn't want Tammy to be involved anymore. Like he's like, hey, I don't want you to get hurt. But she says a cute little line. She says, we started this together and now we're going to finish it that way.
How did this transition to a love story so fast?
They've been through some trauma. This is trauma bonding at its finest.
I suppose. Scott, Tammy's way too good for Scott, though.
That we could do a whole other episode on that. But Fazio, just as he is about to start his new fire trick, he has that volunteer from earlier in the box, and you know he's about to like light this like little flamethrower, but Leprechaun pops out of the box instead of the volunteer. And it's funny because since this is in a show, right? It doesn't seem weird to the audience,
right? And in Vegas, like okay, sure.
And even Fazio, because he's not going to break, he's like,
gotta roll with it.
He just rolls with it, but he asks him like, who are you and why are you here? And Leprechaun asks for the coin, but Fazio is not about to give it up. Suddenly, Leprechaun, though, is now the magician, and Fazio is in the box where you see like the cut in half thing, like the chop a woman in half trick. And Fazio tries to wish that he was at Caesar's palace, but Leprechaun told him he already made his one wish. Mm-hmm. So that's
back to that rule.
Yeah, back to that rule.
Also, and we're now throwing transmutation in here.
Yep, apparently.
Okay.
Yeah, apparently. Him being in that cut in half little chop in half box thing, it ends up being real. And because Fazio was not going to return the coin to Leprechaun saws him in half on stage in front of everyone, and Fazio then drops the coin.
I can't remember how the audience reacted.
when they started seeing the blood, they were
right,
because
right.
he's screaming bloody murder
Right,
too.
right,
It's like
right.
it's kind of
He's
a
being
clue.
sawed in half, yeah.
And that, to me, scariest part of the film. In my personal opinion, especially when I was a kid.
That he's being live sawed in
Yes.
half on a stage in front of people.
I don't know why that just terrifies me.
No, because that is really scary if you really think about it. And, like, literally imagine it.
He's locked in a box. He can't get out.
I think the scariest part about that is that there's an audience of people right in front of you, but they don't know you actually need help. And you're screaming, but you actually need help.
Yeah, I think that's what it is the whole entire atmosphere of the situation is what like terrifies me. But
Yes.
whew, scary. Finally, though, Tammy and Scott show up. They tell the whole audience, like, you all need to leave the room. Leprechaun's dangerous. This is real. This is really happening. Then Leprechaun randomly starts like terrorizing random members who are running out of the show. And Tammy finds the shilling, but gets interrupted by Leprechaun before she can make any kind of wish. Lots of things happen kind of in this final moment, but Scott threatens Leprechaun with the flamethrower thing. But Leprechaun counters and he asks Scott to come over to the green side and taunts him with his own potential pot of gold. Scott is a bit conflicted in this part because you would think that he just wants to say no to Leprechaun. Like, no, I'm not going to take your pot of gold. I'm not going to come to the green side. But because he's still got like a little leprechaun in him, his like little leprechaun personality, his leprechaun feelings are causing him to want the gold.
It's kind of like that movie we just saw, Night Shift. Night
Yeah,
Patrol.
Night Patrol. Yeah. Tammy, though, is also simultaneously trying to pull him out of this like whole situation.
I'm still curious as to why Tammy cares so much.
Who knows? Who knows? Like, yeah, let the man just be a leprechaun. He already got rid of his tuition.
You don't know him.
Yeah.
Where are we gaining any benefit from?
That's true. She does not. But all in all, Scott comes out of it, though, just enough to like burn the gold using the flamethrower. And this causes the gold to disappear. And Leprechaun then lights on fire without Scott even pointing it at him. And he flies through the air,
He
lit on fire.
spontaneously combusts in the air. It's amazing.
And then parts of his burned corpse just fall to the ground. And it's just the craziest thing. Scott then transforms back to normal. Him and Tammy kiss because now they're a couple, apparently.
Like, what the fuck?
And as they head out of the casino, Tammy shows Scott that she still has 1 shilling. And she tells Scott that they can have anything they want. Then Tammy tosses the coin.
And we thought Tammy was smarter than that.
Does this ending suggest that Leprechaun can like truly never be destroyed?
I think that's inferred, obviously.
Yeah, it's just...
And we don't want him to be destroyed.
No, that's very true. It's very true. And it's like, yeah, just because you saw his burning corpse doesn't mean he's necessarily gone.
I straight up thought they would pop him back in there immediately. We know he's coming back. Just give him to us.
He's coming back.
What,
And
next one, we're coming back in the hood?
Space.
We're going to space. When do we get to the hood?
I think the next one after that.
God.
So year 5.
2 years?
How does Vegas, like, just continuing on, like, being normal, like, how does that, like, fit the movie's tone?
I think it's so natural. Obviously, like, this isn't the weirdest thing to happen on the strip this night.
Totally.
It so matches the... Honestly, Lep should move to Vegas because everything would be normal for him there.
And it lends itself to the, like, well, life's going to go on. Leprechaun may go on.
Think about all of the knickknacks that Las Vegas holds.
So many. So many.
I think this is the perfect setting for him and this movie. I also fucking love Vegas. So I think my favorite parts were just him enjoying like a tourist.
I truly agree. I think my all-time favorite part was definitely the Elvis situation. Like, that exchange just didn't need to happen, but it also did. I also just love this film. And even if the ending feels a little bit like sequel bait.
Oh, 100%. But like I said, I'm not bothered. Usually I'm bothered by that.
Yeah.
Or sometimes I'm bothered by that, but I'm not in this franchise because we know what we're expecting next is just pure. It's going to be a copy paste of this, but that's the
same like format, just different situations every time.
Yeah, I love that I can come here I come to the movies. I come to Leprechaun for comfort and copy paste movie plot situations.
I'm like actually crying. That was really good. I think too, similarly, that because like 1 through 3 and all of them, every single one is a different situation that this little man has gotten himself into. And it's just, that's what I love about Leprechaun.
Truly. And I critique films a lot when when I feel like they haven't been creative enough or haven't utilized all their opportunities. And I find comfort coming to this franchise just knowing exactly what I'm getting and gonna fucking love it. And all of his poetry slams and him just like fucking shit up in the best ways, being romantic.
He's just the best.
He's the
He's
best.
truly the best. I also have to add here, and not that I haven't mentioned it enough already tonight, but with this having such a profound influence on my childhood and stuff, there's just, I don't think I could ever not love this film.
Absolutely.
And all of the special memories that get attached to it from me watching it with my dad when I was younger, and then now doing this horror podcast with you. It's what we watch movies for. I'm about to get really sappy, but you know, it's
No,
one
absolutely.
of the best things about movies is not just watching the movie itself, but what was happening when you saw it the first time.
Oh, wow. Profound.
I know. Whoa.
Put that on a movie poster, AMC.
I also love that every Leprechaun, he also looks a little bit different every time. Like there's little costume differences and the effects are just so well done. And I'm so sorry, but I'm just going to give flowers where they're due, which is Warwick Davis, baby. There is none other than Warwick Davis. And the fact that he is such a serious, well-known actor in so many other films, but this is a franchise that he stuck with.
And he embraces, no less.
I am like I just love it. I love it so much.
He's a humble king. He's like, I love Leprechaun.
And that's where I'm going to leave it. And I also want to tell everybody, if you're listening to this before St. Patrick's Day, happy St. Patrick's Day.
Happy fucking St. Patrick's Day.
In honor of Leprechaun.
And yes.
And to Vegas.
Oh my, happy Vegas, happy St. Patrick's Day.
Happy all the things.
All the things.
With that, everyone, that is Leprechaun 3. You can find us on TikTok, Instagram, and Letterboxd at Spooky Chicks and Horror Flicks. If you'd like some bonus content, you can join our Spooky Chicks social club over on Patreon. Please subscribe and rate us wherever it is that you listen. We really appreciate that so much. But you all know that the best way to support us is just by telling another friend who loves horror. And with that, Ali, can you please close us out on this wonderful Leprechaun evening?
Try as I may, try as I might.
Amazing.
It comes from my shillelagh. Happy St. Patrick's Day. And stay spooky fuckers.